Believe it or not, even the biggest celebrities have had an awkward phase in their lives. The proof? Just look at their high school yearbook photos. Before she was an Oscar winner, Jennifer Lawrence was a young lip-gloss-wearing teen in Kentucky. And Justin Bieber didn't achieve his status as a heartthrob until a few years after a hilarious 8th grade yearbook photo was taken. From Triple Threat Jennifer Lopez's 1987 portrait, which was taken during her time at Preston High School in the Bronx, to Tom Cruise's dapper senior picture that was shot at Glen Ridge High School in 1980, you were sure to get a laugh from the throwback looks of these stars. Even better, that snap of Beyoncé as a freshman in 1996 is completely hilarious. Let's play a little game. Let's see how many of these stars you can correctly tell from their yearbook photos. Before J-Lo was an Oscar winner, she was a sweet little 8th grader from Louisville, Kentucky, who loved statement earrings. The Canadian teenager spotted the shaggy hairstyle he later made famous in his 8th grade yearbook photo. As a high school senior, Witherspoon was totally looking as her daughter, Ava Filippo. The future president of the United States sported an afro in his yearbook from the Punahou School in Honolulu. The high school junior looked as stunning as ever in this fresh-faced snap from San Diego Academy in California. As a high school freshman, Fudge's beauty amour was probably the higher the hair, the better. J-Lo graduated from Preston High School in the Bronx with big dreams. She said, "I remember watching Rita Moreno in West Side Story and going, that's what I want to do. I want to sing and I want to dance and I want to act." This gorgeous teenager graduated from Campbell High School in Georgia. The ambitious teenager loved to play with her looks. She said, "I used to get sent into the toilet every single day at school to take off my makeup and brush my hairspray out." The handsome Glen Ridge High School senior would appear the following year in both Endless Love and Taps. The blue-eyed beauty graduated from Mountain Brook High School in Alabama. The performing and visual arts in Houston was already a part of Destiny's Child when this photo was taken. The Burbank High School cheerleader spotted classic California girl highlights. The Armenian American beauty spotted a flippy bob for her freshman year at Marymount High School in LA. Henderson High freshman had the tiara but didn't feel like a princess until she left to begin recording her first album. She said, "I really don't miss much about high school because the moment I'm in right now is like waking up in a dream." The natural brunette, a natural beauty, graduated from NYC's LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts. I used to make my mom iron my hair with a clothing iron, Wilson has said of her high school look. She would totally fight me, but I insisted, so I had this dry, brittle, disgusting straw hair plastered to my head. The Newton High School students spotted a very 90s shag. Cambridge Winge and Latin High School student took on several TV guest spots and even an ABC after-school special while he was still a student. By the time she attended Tina Fla High School in New Jersey, Michelle was already a Broadway success. I used to steal my older sister's pink and green Maybelline mascara. The Rochester Adams High School cheerleader plucked her brows pencil thin and played up her eyes with soft liner. The teen magazine model was a cheerleader at Long Beach Polytechnic High School. The avid gymnast and swimmer at South Pasadena High School sported a voluminous 80s bang. The Arlington, Virginia High School senior wore pigtails with her cheerleading uniform. As a freshman at Dos Pueblos High School in Goleta, California, the blonde Katy Perry idolized Freddie Mercury. The fresh-faced 15-year-old parted his blonde hair down the middle with gel, a look he wouldn't soon abandon. I was never a mean girl, Fox has said of her high school years in Port St. Lucie, Florida. As a senior at Bernards High School in Bernardsville, New Jersey, Strip was a popular cheerleader. It was my first real characterization, she later joked. I played blonde homecoming queen for a few years. The hairspray enthusiast and Hubblesfield High School senior graduated despite missing so many classes. She earned the nickname Mirage. The Charleston, West Virginia High School student ignored beauty don'ts. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, so I would sit in homeroom and put on eyeshadow, she has said. The compact had 4 colors in it, but I used only the blue. Awkward states, not for this teen. The blonde Roosevelt High School senior worked at the Dairy Queen in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, before moving to NYC to model. A St. Xavier George prep student, Stone rocked blue blonde highlights. As a high school senior in Chicota, Oklahoma, Underwood showed her familiarity with the curling iron. As a student at Beverly Hills High School, Jolie was an unknown quantity. I wore black boots with big silver bat that dragged when I walk, Jolie has said. I wasn't aware of how I looked, but apparently I looked really creepy. Amy worked some major banks as a senior at Burlington High School in Massachusetts. Every day I would walk into school and just be like, "You're welcome, fellas," she joked on Conan of her gravity-defying hair. I drove all the way there with the windows down. A high school junior hit the heavy liner for, as she called it, a Brigitte Bardot French New Wave look. A young Johnny Depp makes a move from the rocker to actor. Puberty was very vague, he has said. I literally locked myself in a room and played guitar. I had a pretty rough puberty, the Upper Darby, Pennsylvania native has said. Growing up as a girl is always traumatizing, especially when you have the deadly combination of greasy skin and getting your boobs at 10. When I look back at the pictures of me in high school, I was sort of a minimalist. I never went through the big hair and makeup phase, Paltrow has said. The busy Seyfried finished up her senior year of high school, started on as the world turns, still made time for primping. I used to straighten my hair every day, she said.